Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. We at it, y'all. And hey, man, for those of y'all rocking with me, man, hey, give me some thumbs up. And if you ain't been rocking with me, hey, I'm glad you watching the video anyway. Can you dig what I'm saying? But hey, I hope everybody been having a blessed day. You guys been enjoying that content I've been putting out. And you know, something about me, you know, I'm really not with the clickbait. I'm really not with the lies. And if you know my story, you know, born and raised in Las Vegas, ex-law enforcement, ex-street, delivered by God 8 years ago. There are like some stories that go on around the internet that I was actually there. I was there. I experienced this shit. And so when I see videos like this one right here, Tupac's shooter finally confesses and leaked prison call. When I see shit like that, like, it just makes me want to make a video to like give you guys the truth. Now, here's the thing, man, about Tupac. Like I said, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. And that night, I was out fight night. I was out that night. I didn't see the shooting take place, but I was out that night. Everybody been to Club 662 out here in Vegas. You know, Vegas was pumping when it was fight night. And you know, for those of y'all who was born after that, are you 20-some years old, or you in your early 30s, man, y'all not gonna quite remember this story, so I'm gonna break it down to you. See, you got people like Dwayne Keefe D Davis sitting in jail right now saying that Puff Daddy put a hit out on Tupac Shakur, and P. Diddy is the one that deleted Tupac and had him deleted. And that's not exactly true. Like, part of it is true, but some of it ain't true. Let me break it down to you. See, back in them days, you had Bad Boy and you had Death Row going at it, okay? Puffy had a bounty out on Death Row chains for $10,000. He had a bounty out on chains. That's what they used to do back in the days, was put a bounty out on your chain. And so maybe a few weeks before the Tupac incident, somebody from Death Row Records, he got his chain taken by a Southside Crip, okay? And he got beat up. So now when they're at the fight, after the fight, now if Tupac would have minded his own damn business, if he would have, you know, kept his nose where it belonged, because he wasn't no gangbanger. Everybody want to start gangbanging after they get a couple dollars or hang out with a few gang members. He wasn't no gangbanger. And when you see in this video, when Tupac runs over to this gentleman, steals on him, kicks him, and they stomp him out, okay, this is a person who stole a Death Row chain. Now, that night, Tupac just happened to be in traffic, and when you leave up out of the MGM, it's normally one way you go. You're going to go straight down Koval. If you're trying to get to a club, if you're trying to get off the strip, everybody's going the same way. That's just the way it is. That's just the way the strip is made up, okay? Now, did Keefe D, did he pull the trigger? No, he didn't pull the trigger. He didn't pull the trigger. But where he messed up at is that he was in the car. And all these years later, after everyone else in the car had either been killed or passed away, his ass got caught up in a PCP. He was getting caught up in a PCP bust, okay? And instead of the FBI busting him, they did what they do to a lot of y'all snitches out there. The FBI came to him and let him know that, hey, we know you slanging PCP. We about to scoop up 30 people in your crew for a PCP ring. And just to let you know, we telling the truth, we gonna tell you X, Y, and Z. See, they present you with certain information to let you know that they know what the hell they talking about. Are you following what I'm saying? So this is where Keefe D did a proffer agreement. And a proffer agreement, if you've been watching my channel, is when for one day you have amnesty. You can go in there for a proffer agreement on that day, and you can talk about 20 deletions that you did and that you got the videotape too and the murder weapon. And they cannot prosecute you, okay? This is how we beat that. Now, just to go a little further, Keefe D not only did one proffer, he proffered many times over the course of the next 2 years, So what I just told you was he just indirectly snitched without his name being on paperwork for the next 2 years. And you can go check out that video on your own on Vlad TV. You have the 2 detectives who did the proffer agreements with Keefe D over a 2-year period. And they're going to tell you just what I just told you. So when I look at videos like this right here, right?
Before that fatal night in Vegas, it was brewing in the concrete jungles of Compton, where Dwayne Keefe D. Davis rose as a prominent figure in the Southside Compton Crips gang during the most violent era of West Coast gang warfare. We're talking about a dude who was moving weight, commanding respect, and had his fingers in everything from the streets to the music industry when that East Coast West Coast beef was tearing hip-hop apart. The crazy part, Keefe D. been talking about this murder for years, but every time he opened his mouth, he gave us pieces of a puzzle that prosecutors couldn't quite put together. From his 2008 confession under a proffer agreement where he admitted being in that white Cadillac.
I told you.
Memoir,
Coach One Stack don't tell no lies, y'all.
This man been practically writing his own indictment. But here's where it gets wild. In these leaked prison calls, we hearing a different side of Keefe D. Now let's break down what really happened that night, because the details Keefe D been giving over the years paint a picture that's more simple.
Now, I'm not even gonna listen to that shit because it's a bunch of clickbait. I don't do the clickbait. Whoever this is telling the story, he probably wasn't even born when this shit happened. I was alive. I was a cop. I was a cop when Tupac was murdered. I saw his body. He ain't living in Cuba. He's gone. He's out of here. He's boom. Now, here's where the story gets a little interesting, y'all. But before I get to the rest of this story, man, hey, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. You dig? It don't cost you nothing. You know, I'm dropping you guys some jewels. You talking to a Las Vegas native here who was here when it happened. You dig? Who worked in law enforcement when it happened. Who knew a whole lot of stuff about this stuff when it happened. So here's what happened, why they keep trying to bring Puffy's name up. You got somebody named Eric Von Zip. Eric Von Zip was a gangster. He was a gangster. He was a hustler. Hey, man, he even stole $600,000 from Don King. And Don King couldn't do nothing about it. He was one of Mike Tyson's right-hand man, and T.K. Kirkland. Big dope boy from the East Coast. But hey, man, he had his ties in the West Coast. That's how Keefe D got introduced to Puff Daddy. So here's what happened. When Tupac was deleted, Puffy gave Eric Von Zip $1 million cash that he was supposed to give to Keefe D, right? Or whoever did what they did to Tupac. Because it really happened on accident. If Tupac was not hanging outside of the car, and you guys would have to be from out here or really know the area to actually know what I'm talking about. If Tupac wasn't hanging outside of that car that night, he wouldn't have got shot that night. And they damn sure wouldn't have did it at Club 662 because there was way too many police up there. But Eric Von Zip, who's resting in peace, was given $1 million to give to Keefe D, and he took that money and he opened up a nightclub called The Zip Code. Do your history, people. Hey, man, enough said. Don't want to keep you long with the video. Like I said, I just want to give you guys some real game, some real information. I don't like this clickbait video when people keep saying, oh, well, Keefe D says that Puffy paid him to do it. That's a damn lie, okay? And this man is not leaking any jail phone calls saying who paid him to do it. That's a lie, too. So so come to my page, man. Subscribe to the channel. Get some real information, not this artificial intelligence, not this second and third hand information, but I was here that night. I was out that night. And when Tupac passed away, I was sitting in the mall because everybody was crying. I was like, well, what's everybody crying for? They said, because Tupac just passed away. I remember exactly what I was doing. Sitting up in Foot Locker, buying me some Air Maxes. You dig what I'm saying? But other than that, man, like the channel, subscribe to all the content, share, and I need 100 comments below if you guys believe that Keefe D is the one that pulled the trigger. Let me get 100 comments below on that, because I know you can't think that because he wasn't the one who did it. You have to go back, as you saw in that video, and check his proffer agreements. But other than that, man, y'all have a blessed day. Be blessed, never stress, man. Finesse, rest, and dress. And hey, stay the fuck up out of trouble.